Hello everyone and welcome back to Immortal Cities, Children of the Nile. So last time we talked about how to set up the basis of getting all of our government buildings intact. This time we're going to be talking about the educated elite, specifically the priests. So, the priests are probably the most important out of all of the educated elite in the entire city. The reason why that is because they are used to provide almost all of the services that we're going to need. So if we click on government facilities right here, it'll show us a list of these are all the buildings we use to provide basic services to our people. And as you can see, the priesthood has the most duties. So they teach new upper class people. So as you can see, for example, if we click on the townhouse, it'll have graduates. But also if we click on a furniture shop, which is a luxury shop, it also has graduates. So the children of the luxury shop owners and the other nobles will send their children to school to learn how to become new educated elites. So we use them to get more priests, more scribes, overseers, and commanders, which overseers and commanders we're not really going to use so much this time, but we'll cover them once we get to them. Mostly, like I said, we're going to talk about priests and scribes. So, the most important ones to set up for your priests in the very beginning are probably a shrine, a mortuary, a school, and an apothecary. Those are the basics. So those are the basic ones. The shrine is probably the most important duty they do just because there's so many of them. Oh, one other thing that I should bring up, kind of away from that but similar to that, is what the hell's this guy doing? Oh, he's a villager hunting for food. Where the hell do you live? Oh, you just live in a village hut. Ugh, you bastard. Anyway. So one of the first things that we want to set up is actually a mortuary, which is actually going to go right there, so I need to move that brickyard. So, delete building. Boom. Alright. So we need a mortuary set up right here. And the other thing that you want to set up as soon as possible is we actually need a small mastaba. And the reason why we need that is because if your pharaoh, if your pharaoh dies, if the current pharaoh dies, and there is no place to entomb his body, you actually suffer a hit in prestige. And I haven't really talked about prestige yet, but it's bad. We don't want it to happen. So we want to get this mastaba built as soon as possible. Let's go ahead and set up another brickyard over here, and delete this one. Alright. So while those are being built, I don't really want to build anything else until the mastaba and the mortuary are built, because I want my bricklayers to focus on building those. But while we're doing that, I guess I can actually go ahead and set up some servants' quarters. Couldn't hurt. So the servants basically act, they're just like the farmers. They come up here and their whole point is that they get hired by the nobles, and they just help them. They help the women of the noble family shop for things, and that's basically all they do. We actually need some more basic shops. I've let that get out of hand. Let me go ahead and set up some more common shopkeeping. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we do not have enough shopkeepers because our nobles is angry. Angry face. Look at that. Look how angry these guys are. It's because there's not enough common shop. Yeah, there's not enough of anything for them, to be honest. Sculpture, furniture, jewelry, cosmetics, sandals. Setting up those servants' quarters should help rectify that, because they will help these people shop better. What was I talking about? Need to speed this right the hell up. Alright. Oh, right. So, the priest. So, with the priest, the next thing we need to get set up after this mortuary and this mastaba are built, hopefully quickly, is going to be... Right now it's not so much an issue because no one has called for worship or healthcare services. But we are going to want to get a shrine and a apothecary built relatively quickly just to kind of take care of the people in our things. And actually, we do not have another graduate, so we're going to need a school built fairly quickly. Okay, so this guy's building this. You know what? Tell you guys what. I'll actually go ahead and wait till these are built, and then once these are set up, I'll go ahead and come back and we'll continue talking about the other services that the priests provide. So see you guys in a bit. Alright, so the mastaba's not built yet, but I think it's close enough to where I can actually go ahead and talk about certain things. So, like I said before, we need graduates to do things like to become more priests, to become scribes, and scribes are very important because scribes allow us to collect taxes on our nobles. Now, as you may or may not notice, well, as you may notice, these buildings look, these two buildings in particular look a little bit different than they did before. Actually, I think this one does too. Nope, it doesn't. It looks the same. So, this one, these nobles have gotten enough money to actually enhance their home a little bit. So both of these places have a pool now. So if we mouse over the small estate, it'll tell us how many farms they can support, and how many enhancements they have. This one has a pool. This one has a pool and a wall, an enclosure wall. See? So it's just so that they can kind of flaunt their wealth. Now the reason scribes are important is because of this little symbol right here. And if we mouse over it, these guys evaded taxes this year. And that's not good. So if they evade taxes... Hey, look, someone's petitioning. Protesting poor conditions. Oh, it's a mad farmer. Any other mad farmers? We got a few. So we need to pick up the pace a little bit. So yeah, that's why scribes are important. But we currently can't make any more scribes or any more priests because, as you can see, we have no more graduates. So what we need to do is build a school. I'm going to go ahead and build that right here. Building this mastaba yet? Almost. Mastaba. But yeah, so once we build the school, then the priest will split his time between the mortuary and the school. We're really gonna want him to focus on the school though, and he will train, or he will teach, the children of the elite to become graduates, and those graduates. Yeah, see, this is why we want the mastaba built, is because our first pharaoh is normally pretty old. Pharaoh Dimlia I welcomes his 40th birthday. His actual name is Kiket. There he is. But yeah, so once we get more graduates, we can have more priests, and we can actually get one of our first scribes. And that'll allow us to collect more taxes. The priests will allow us to cover more people. Namely, we can start building shrines. We're actually going to want to start building shrines here fairly quickly. We're actually going to want another priest. I'm going to want to put a priest here and a shrine here. And we're going to need a lot of shrines. So, there's that. You building this damn thing yet? Hurry up. What's going on over here? Building? What are you building? Villager's hovel. He must have become a villager. Yep. We lost a farmer. He was this one, but he got mad and decided he wanted to be a villager again instead of a vagrant. Which I guess that's okay. But I mean, we are doing relatively nicely. So, I mean, that's the basics of priests. Is they take care of, they make more graduates, which make more priests, which allow us to take care of more people. So, yeah, that should be it for now. I think the other things like the worshipping and healthcare are going to be their own little... Yeah, worshipping and healthcare are going to be their own little segment. We'll actually go ahead and go into that next episode, I believe. So, thank you very much for watching, and join me next time on Immortal Cities, Children of the Nile.